this the most racist thing Joe Biden has ever said? I mean, that's a really high bar. You've obviously heard so many of his insane, geriatric, psychotic statements that are just downright offensive. But I think this actually literally takes the cake. If you're a black entrepreneur, you can't get a lawyer, you can't get an accountant. What the hell? Listen to this.
The data shows young black entrepreneurs are just as capable of succeeding given the chance as white entrepreneurs are. But they don't have lawyers, they don't have accountants, but they have great ideas. Does anyone doubt this whole nation would be better off from the investments those people make? And I promise you, that's why I set up this National Small Business Administration that's much broader, because they're going to get those loans.
Joe Biden said those words when he was talking about the Tulsa massacre in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the 100-year anniversary. Yet here is the same type of racism, the same type of instinct that led to massacres and horrible moments all throughout American history because people had hate in their hearts, and ultimately, deep down, people thought, you know what, this whole equality thing, this is not for you because your skin color isn't the right color. Yeah, Joe Biden thinks that. It's clear, it's obvious. Because if you didn't think that, you wouldn't go and say that black people can't vote. They can't get an ID. Oh, okay, black people are too incapable of getting an ID. That was a regular thing that was said for months earlier this year. It's exactly the same thing that he's saying here. He's saying that black people are incapable of getting a lawyer or an attorney. I know black attorneys. I really don't understand. I know black accountants. What are you talking about? It's racism. The racism of low expectations. The racism of assuming that an entire population needs creepy Uncle Joe to go sniff their hair and to help them through life. Guys, it's wrong. It's sick. This is the kind of stuff that you actually fight against. That whole racism thing, that institutional racism thing, there's nothing more institutional than Joe Biden. There's nothing more creepy. There's no bigger loser in our American political landscape than Joe Biden. Because if you look back through all of his past statements, man, you can't find a guy more racist. You really can't. Someone operationally right now in the American public sphere, this guy held hands with KKK members, viewed them, eulogized them at their funeral. This is the kind of guy who said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. This is the kind of guy who said that Dunkin' Donuts, you can't go into them unless you have a slight Indian accent. This, along with many, 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 many other things, for instance, calling a voting rights bill Jim Crow 2.0. It really is a sickening, sickening game that Joe Biden plays, where he always tries to dig up the worst, most rotted corpse of American history and reanimate it for political power. And he's doing that right now, but he's showing too much of his cards. He's showing that he himself is the bigot. It's a disgusting display. Disgusting display. We should remember this in 2022 and 2024. If you are for equality, you cannot be for Joe Biden.